If you thought 2025 was going to be boring for Prince Harry, think again. Because our ginger prince has just been served the royal equivalent of a hostile takeover, complete with betrayal, backstabbing, and enough drama to make EastEnders jealous. I'm talking about the Sentebale scandal that's literally ripping apart Harry's life's work. And trust me, this story has more twists than a pretzel factory. Welcome back to Royal Cookies, where we serve up the juiciest royal gossip with a side of heart-wrenching humanity. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. So grab your tea and biscuits because we're about to dive into the messiest royal charity scandal since, well, ever. But first, let's set the scene, shall we? Picture this, it's 2006, young Prince Harry, still rocking his party boy reputation, decides to honor his late mother Diana by co-founding a charity with Prince Seeiso of Lesotho. Sweet, right? They call it Sentebale, meaning forget-me-not in the local language. For 19 blissful years, this charity became Harry's pride and joy, helping vulnerable children affected by HIV and AIDS in Lesotho and Botswana. We're talking millions of pounds raised, thousands of lives changed, and Harry actually doing something genuinely brilliant. It was like watching the royal rebel transform into, well, someone we could actually root for. But here's where our fairy tale takes a sharp left turn into Game of Thrones territory. Because apparently, even charities aren't immune to good old-fashioned palace politics and power grabs. Enter Sophie Chandorka, the woman who would become Harry's charity nemesis and the architect of what sources are calling an absolute bloodbath. Now, Royal Cookies, here's where things get spicier than a vindaloo. In March 2025, Harry and Prince Seeiso shocked everyone by resigning from their own charity with heavy hearts after what they described as a complete breakdown in relationships with Chair Sophie Chandorka. But wait, it gets better. Or worse, depending on your perspective. Harry is reportedly utterly devastated and emotionally distraught, with sources claiming he believes his life's work has been stolen. I mean, can you imagine? You spend nearly 2 decades building something beautiful in your mother's memory. Pour your blood, sweat, tears, and cold hard cash into it. And then, boom. You're basically told thanks for your service. Now jog on. But here's the kicker that'll make your jaw drop faster than Harry's approval ratings in 2005. Sources close to Harry suspect this whole drama might actually backfire spectacularly on Chandorka, with the charity potentially tanking under her leadership. It's like watching someone steal a Ferrari and then immediately crash it into a lamppost. The audacity, the drama, the absolute chaos of it all. Right. So here's where the plot thickens like custard on a cold day. Chandorka didn't just quietly take over. Oh no. That would be too civilized for this royal soap opera. She went nuclear and accused Harry and his team of bullying and harassment. Now, I don't know about you, but accusing a member of the royal family of workplace bullying seems like the kind of move that requires either massive brass balls or a complete disconnection from reality. But here's where karma comes knocking at the door with a sledgehammer. The Charity Commission's investigation found absolutely zero evidence of bullying, harassment, or the alleged widespread bullying and misogyny that Chandorka claimed existed. That's right. Royal Cookies. Harry was completely cleared. It's like watching someone accuse you of stealing their lunch money and then security cameras prove you were in completely different building at the time. Awkward doesn't even begin to cover it. But wait, there's more. Because apparently, the Charity Commission wasn't done handing out criticism like Oprah hands out cars. Now, here's where things get properly British. Because the Charity Commission decided to go full headteacher mode on everyone involved. They criticized both sides for allowing this dispute to be played out in public and damaging the organization's reputation. It's basically the regulatory equivalent of saying, "I don't care who started it, you're both in detention." Except detention in this case involves having your charity's reputation dragged through more mud than a Land Rover at Glastonbury. And let's be honest, when British regulators start publicly tutting at you, you know you've really messed up. That's like getting a strongly worded letter from the Queen herself. It doesn't happen often. But when it does, someone's in deep trouble. The charity now has a regulatory action plan imposed on them by the Charity Commission. Which, for those keeping score at home, is definitely not what you want on your organizational report card. But here's the million-pound question: royal cookies. What happens next in this royal charity civil war? Right? So here's where we put on our detective hats and dive into the juicy speculation that's got royal watchers buzzing like bees in a honey shop. Sources close to Harry are predicting that Chundorka's reign might implode spectacularly, claiming the numbers won't lie and suggesting the charity has tanked under her leadership. It's like watching someone steal the keys to a Rolls-Royce and then immediately drive it into a ditch. But wait, it gets even more intriguing. Reports are now suggesting Harry might be exploring the possibility of starting a completely new African charity. I mean, you've got to admire the man's persistence. It's like someone burning down your restaurant and you responding by opening 3 new ones across the street. That's not just revenge. That's strategic revenge with a side of watch me rebuild better than ever. Here's the thing that really gets me about this whole Sentebale saga. It perfectly encapsulates Harry's post-royal life, doesn't it? Here's a man trying to forge his own path, create meaningful change, and honor his mother's legacy, and bam. Palace politics follow him even into the charity world. It's like he can't catch a break. One minute he's successfully running a multi-million-pound charity for nearly 2 decades. The next he's watching it get yanked away faster than a security blanket from a toddler. If you're obsessed with royal strategy and environmental impact like I am, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Cookies because we're serving up the most sustainable royal content on YouTube. And remember, in a world full of fast fashion and royal scandals, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is wear your values on your sleeve, preferably in a gorgeous shade of green.